Welcome to Journaling Gem Life, or welcome back if you've been here before. Today, we would normally do a decorate with me, and I would share some stories from my house, and I'm still gonna try and do that, but we're not doing a decorate, we're doing a flip through, because my head has been running in chaos. I put up a poll for what kind of planners you would prefer to see me decorating. And the answer has been two books. It's the Hobonichi Cousin, which have 2 votes, and then the this one, the compact from the Rosy Life Planner, got 1 vote. And so I thought, you know what, it makes sense. With this kit, it has so much, and it is in an A5 size. So yeah, let's do the Hobonichi Cousin for June. So I actually was going to film a setup for this, for the next week, like the last week of May, in the Hobonichi. But then I set up the current week, and no, I couldn't. It is just, I have fallen completely out of love with the Cousin. I mean, I love how it looks and everything, but it is just too big. Like, even if I thought I would just take it out of the Midori cover and just use it as it is, like this, just with the clear cover, and still, I was like, no, I'm not, it's not comfortable for me writing in it, and it takes so much time. Like, in the back journaling pages, I started out doing these beautiful collages and really digging into all the stickers that I got and everything, and it was draining. It was just draining, and I was like, no, I cannot do that. But I did, however, set up the this one, the compact Rosy Life planner. But there's 2 things about this planner. And first of all, I want to say this one, even though this is a full year, I think it's probably around 520 pages or something, because it's a full year. And this matches perfectly in here. So if you want to, you can definitely use this along with the sticker book and the insert that we got. Not the inserts, not the booklets, but the pocket for your stickers and your cards and everything. So I did use that for a couple of weeks, actually, and I really fell in love with this planner. There's just 2 things. When you have it in a cover like this, it adds on, like, it gets extra bulky. So this was like, okay, I'm not going to be able to throw this in my purse and just go anywhere when it is this bulky, because it was really, really thick. Like, it was going all the way to the end. It doesn't right now. As you can see, I have much more room for my pen in here, and I'm going to show you what's inside, because I did set up next week already, trying out different planners. I think I set up like 4 planners for next week, and I didn't want to do that on camera. I wanted to do that in peace and quiet off camera. So I'm just going to flip through what I have decided to do moving forward. So the reason why I'm not using this is, I mean, I love it. I love the fact that it's so small, but when I have a small plan like this and I want to take it with me, I cannot have this many pages. I don't need all of these pages, because I don't journal in this book. I have tried, and I do like how it looks and everything, but I don't need it because I have a different planner for that. So, and the second thing is setting up a vertical. If this was in a horizontal, it might have been different. I probably would still have been using this, but having to change this layout, into, let me show you, into this layout every single week also takes a lot. So doing the combination of the A5, the Hobonichi, and this planner, it just getting it set up is taking too much time. And I will end up not using it and be like, oh, I'll do it later. And then I end up not doing it. So I decided to do something else. And I think I'm closing in because I'm not making a huge change. But I actually, let's start with this one. It's already gotten dirty on here. I use it so much and I love the cover. And so my brain was all over the place because I kept holding on to this cover that we got from the Rosy Life, because I really, really want to use it. So how can I use it? So I had the option. What about filling it with just a thick like sticker book, something like this, just a little bit smaller, putting a book like this in here to just hold all my stickers, so I've been thinking about so many different options because I want to use this. I love this cover. So what I have ended up with, and I'm quite happy with it, because I started thinking, instead of being like, okay, so I want to have like a health journal, everything health related in this, and then everyday thing in this, instead of thinking like that, I started thinking, what is the first thing I journal? And what is the next thing that I look at? What do I need when I sit down first thing in the morning? What is the first thing I write down? And what is the next time that I look for? And then what do I journal? And then what do I look for? So I have actually divided things into these two planners, and let me show you. So I got this is kind of annoying, especially on the table, so I have to place it down. But anyway, this clear cover is from this book. So this is the clear cover for the compact from the Rosy Life. And if you have watched my video, you saw how I was really sad that I actually had to cut my cover to make it fit, because this cover is too small for this book. It's just a teeny tiny bit too small. And even if I use the hairdryer method on it, it sits well for a little bit, but as soon as I start using it and flipping it again, it just bounces back. So the hairdryer has not worked on this planner. So I got actually the Paper Test Design weekly notebook. Now, also in an earlier video, I was using the weekly notebook booklet from Paper Test Design, and I was madly in love with that. And I would have loved to have that in like a full planner. But Paper Test Design does not sell that. The TN size does just only come in a booklet. So this is the same planner, but a full planner. It's not a booklet. So it does have 380 pages. So it's a bit thicker than the regular Hobonichi, but it's not as thick as the Rosy Life planner. And the cover fits perfectly. It fits like a glove. And I even like, it's probably a little bit too big, but you know what? I rather have it a little bit too big than a little bit too small. So I am just loving this cover on this planner. And I haven't really moved in yet. I got it yesterday. So I just jumped in and started filling out the week. And I made it into I tried out two possibilities. So first of all, it comes like this. And it has, like in the front, you have just like the regular, you have the yearly overview, and you have some sort of tracker thing here to use. I don't know what I'm going to use that for. And then you have these right here. I think I will be setting this up two ways. So having my projects up here and my swatch sheets for the month down here, I think. And then you have the monthly, and then you move into the weekly, and then of course you have the journaling pages in the back. And this has, let me see, I don't have my glasses on, but it says 238 journaling pages in the back, and all in all it's 380 pages. So it is a lot, not a lot, but quite thinner than, let me just see. So as you can see, it's not like super thin, but at the same time it's not as thick. It's a little bit thinner, and it's noticeable when I put the cover on. Like, it used to go all the way to the end, and now I do have a lot of space, like overhang of the cover on top. So it does make a lot of difference, even if it doesn't look like it. So yeah, I jumped right in, and I thought I have two possibilities. I can cover this. So this is this week, and then the next here is the next week. And so first of all, I tried just covering it, and I'm like, all I really need is my daily routine and what's for dinner. And then I have my to-do list, I have my YouTube, and I have all of my appointments, and on top I have my projects. So and that works out quite well. But then when I started thinking, how do I want to set up next week, I thought, you know what, I need to do it a bit differently, because the first thing that I write in the morning is my sleep. So as soon as I wake up and I need to sit down to get my head straight on and everything, I automatically grab a planner, and the first thing I write down is how many hours did I sleep? Did I wake up at all during the night? And then I look at, okay, so what does my day look like? Do I have any appointments? Do I have anything I need to do? So it made sense to keep this in here, even though I don't need to have this on the go with all of this, but still, this is the functional planner. So it's more like the active, like crossing off lists, staying on top on all information. And then this one is more like journaling, going in depth, like sitting in peace and quiet and just digging into myself, my thoughts, my feelings, and everything. So it made perfect sense to do it like this. But I thought there's two trackers I don't really use until late afternoon while I'm journaling. So those I can put in here, and that will actually leave me a little bit more space to decorate this planner, because the way I use this, it was crammed in. Like, as you can see, there was hardly any room to decorate. So I decided to put my my symptom tracker, because I want to see throughout the day how my symptoms have been. And so that's why I don't put those down until late evening when I sit down and do my journaling. And also all of my like medication, my eye movements, breathing exercises, mindfulness, self-care, I write down if I did that day, so it's at the end of the day. So I took those out and put those in here, and I have more space to decorate. So this, I think, is so far I've been using it in this planner for a few weeks, and I'm loving it, so I'm sticking to it. So I'm sorry, from now on we're not doing this one, the Rosie planner, but we are doing the weekly notebook from Paper Test Design. But it is kind of similar. It's the same size and everything. So yeah. And actually what I used here, this kit is the February kit from the Rosy Life Planner, because I used up all of the rest I had for May in my old planners, in my Hobonichi, and in this one. So I was like, what do I do? And I started flipping, and I saw, you know what? You can't even hardly tell the difference, because those two kits were really similar with the red and pink flowers. So there's that, and I am loving it. And I just added on, because that had rose gold, so I added on some gold instead. So just to make it look like the May kit. And the other planner, let me show you. Oh, come on. And for the other planner, I am still doing the N1 from Sterling Ink, also a horizontal. And I actually did buy an extra booklet. It says the notebook is also from Paper Test Design, grid edition. And I actually put in the weekly booklet with this and with a monthly booklet, and it does fit. So if I wanted to, like I have been talking about in the past, I now had the option to choose which one I wanted to have, like my sleep and everything. I could have had it in here, but I chose to use this small one because I'm just in love with it. And I'm going to keep going in this one. So I did set this up. So this is what I ended up with for next week. I just divided it. So here I am writing how I'm feeling and what I'm grateful for today. And then I have my my tracker, my health like symptom tracker. No, actually, this is my symptom tracker, and this is like what I did during the day, like take the medications. Did I move around any, or was I really sitting still all day? Did I practice mindfulness, etc., etc.? And then I have a section here that I can do some either journaling prompt or like a weekly review. I'm not quite sure what to do. And whenever I run out of journaling pages, because in this one, I'm actually just doing rapid logging. I haven't set it up, so I'm going to show you in this. So I'm actually decorating it like this and just dividing the page in half, and I'm just doing rapid logging in this one because this is my on-the-go planner. So I'm just writing everything down as I go. And then I do proper journaling here at the end of the day. And so I set up a few pages and I used up the rest of my make it, and yeah, and some extras, something from the traveling box. I have been actually using both the vintage travel theme box and the coffee and planning theme box. I have been scattering bits and pieces of that into the make it because I've been in so many different planners setting them up. So I still have somewhat left from the two theme boxes, but the make it is gone. So I'm really excited to start digging into June, and I have something to show you there as well. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just writing as I go, just a little bit of journaling per day, and using it mainly as a health planner, or more like digging into myself. So those were the planners, and I want to show you one more thing before I share a couple of stories with you, and that is what I did with this one. Because in the unboxing you saw that the small slots in the small one from this didn't really, I couldn't get everything in like here. So what I did was I just took my scissor and I just snipped it and cut it a teeny tiny bit on each of them to make it a little bit bigger. And it has worked perfectly. And this is how I chose to set it up. Because especially right now where I still have the whole kit, what is going on? Oh, no, come on. Do not stick. Come on. My die cut got stuck. It had opened and it got stuck. So, yes, what I did was, if I am on the go, I don't need like the bigger, like the dashboards, the vellums, and so I decided to put all of my stickers into this small pocket. So let me see, my extras are in here, so I'm gonna, okay, so yeah, I put the stickers in. I don't have anything in here, and I'm gonna show you why, but I did put them in here. Now I could have put these, actually I should put these in here, and I actually kept this from the clip because I might just use this in my planner, so because it looks so good. So let's see, let's put the smaller stickers. So here are all the smaller sticker sheets and the die cuts, and the calendar and everything like that. And then I don't have anything on this side, but the idea was, when I'm home and I use everything, I put this into the pocket here. So I have everything. I have my dashboards and my extras, like I cut this off from the plastic, wrapping plastic. And I have all of my vellums. I have the tearable. I laugh so hard every time Lynda does her unboxing and she says, and then you have terrible paper. I'm like, it's not that terrible, is it? Like, to me, it sounds like she says it's terrible instead of terrible. So I find that so funny every time. But yeah, I have that in here, and I can just open this and I have all of my stickers in here. And if I need to grab something on the go to the cabin, I can just pull this out and then put these in here and grab this and go. So it is super practical. And I think moving forward, one of my viewers on this channel actually got ahead of me, because I was going to do this big reveal today, so I did not get to subscribe to the Graceful Muse papery, but I have just signed up for Harriet Wright Designs, and I have chosen to go for the decorative artwork bundle, not the monthly, because from the last time I got it like 2 or close to 3 weeks into the month, and that, I mean, what's the point? What's the point of having a May kit if you're gonna get it in like the last week of May, right? So I decided to go for the other bundle that does not have, it is exactly the same, but you don't get the calendar. It doesn't say what month it is, and so I am free to use it whenever I want. And I am thinking this storage is gonna be really nice, because just having these 2 small planners instead of like a big A5, I think I'm gonna have a lot of stickers and things left over, and I'm gonna save that, because like I said in the beginning of the year, this year, that I was gonna collect everything that I have left, and I'm gonna use that for next year. So I'm gonna try to be like not subscribing to anything for next year. And I think I am gonna get there. So I think I'm gonna have so much left over from this kit, because I'm still gonna have the Supreme kit. because I am in love with it. And so I think I'm going to have a lot left over, and especially bringing in a second kit from someplace else. So I was debating with myself, which book do I use which kit for? And I think actually I'm going to be using the massive kit in the small book. Just because I want to change the cover on this planner every month. And this is the book that I sort of go to all the time throughout the day. So I will be looking at this kit a lot more than this one. So that's why I decided to set up the June with, well, actually June, I think I will have to use for both, because it's going to be a couple of months before I get the Harriet Wright design. I am debating with myself if I am going to, because I do have one kit from, I think it was April, from Harriet Wright Designs, that I did an unboxing of. If you haven't seen that video, I'm going to link it down below so you can go watch it. I still have that kit. I haven't touched it. So I am debating myself, do I start it in June or in July? That way, no, I'm sorry. Do I start it in July or do I start it in August? That way I don't put the pressure on myself. Like, it's better to do it 1 month like later and make sure that I actually have a kit every single month. But if my first kit will be for August, so if I start July, I need to get the August before August starts. So that's sort of where I'm at. Maybe I should just wait and do June and July in both planners with the Rosy Life, just to relieve that pressure. So yeah, so that is the video for next week. We are going to set up both books. So I'm going to make a part 1 and a part 2 for each of the books, because it's going to take a long time. It's going to be a long video. So, and I love the smart idea that I thought to myself, wow, that was so smart. I need to share this with you guys. You probably thought of this way before I did, but I just wanted to share it because I thought it was a really smart idea. So this way I have everything in one here at home, and whenever I go, I can just easily grab it, put this in and go. So yeah. And I cannot wait to use that angry bunny because it's so cute. I've been looking at it for several times. Every time I come into this room and I open this and I'm like, ooh, is Cleta getting closer? We can start using it. And I have to pull this out and look at it, and it's so cute and it's so angry. And I can't wait to use it. So yeah, so that's that. Now, I still, this kit, if you did not subscribe to the kit and you want to buy the extras, or you have a smaller kit and you want to buy some of the items that was from the Supreme, like the storage or some of the dashboards or vellums or whatever, I am not a PR. I'm not on the PR team this quarter, but Lynda has been really nice, and I asked her if she would give you guys a code so that you still can get a little bit off. And so you can use the code ELIN5, I'm sorry, that was the old code. You can use the code ELIN10, and then you will get 10% off all regular items, regular priced items. So it doesn't apply for these subscription kits, theme boxes, or planners and notebooks, but everything extra, you can use the code. And I do not get paid in any way, shape, or form. I do not get a commission. I do not get any freebies. I do not get paid in any way for providing you with the code, or for you using the code, or for me showing you these items. This is just all for you. I thought why waste it? I am still having her stuff, and right now I'm only having her stuff. So why not help out you guys and also her shop? Because I do still love all of her products, and I'm gonna keep using it like forever. And when I stop subscribing, I know I'm gonna beat myself up. I'm gonna have a really hard time, but we're just gonna go with the flow and see whatever happens. So yeah. So okay, now it is story time. So let me just see where we left off. I'm gonna use my cheat sheet because I did write down here. Where are we at? No. Okay. So yes. Yes, so we did I talked about things that went missing and everything. What I don't think I talked about was the fact that there were like so many noises, and I know we did touch in on that, but I wanted to share a story on how this impacted my kids, because I was not the only one hearing things with all the knocking sounds. And so I wanted to share a little bit on how my kids reacted to this. So like the heavy part of what went down was when my daughter was about 3 or 4 years old. A lot of things happened around that time. So first of all, I was working full time, and I was also studying for becoming an interior decorator. So I did home studies, and that was like super hard. So I made an agreement with my husband that every time he went to the gym, I would bring out my homework, my assignments, and work on that, and sort of force myself into getting through it. And so one day he went to the gym, so I pulled out my daughter's drawing table and put it next to my table in the room next door. Actually, the exact room where I'm sitting right now. And her room was just at the other side of the wall, so it was neck on neck. And as we were, she was drawing and coloring, and I was doing my thing. It was all quiet in the house, and then suddenly we heard this whoosh, like big, like things falling down. And so she was really like, she jumped, and she's like, oh my gosh, what was that? And I said, well, you have a drawer on your room, and on top of that there's tons of books and magazines. And when the magazines have been standing there for a while, they started bending in the corner, so they want to slide off. And so it was just a mess, and I knew I was just waiting for everything to fall down. So I said to her that it was just all of your books falling down, so we're gonna have some work ahead of us, but let's just keep focusing on what we're doing, and we'll do that later, clean that up. And then after a while, I heard the door slamming, because we have the bad habit. We don't close the door. We just push it, so it just slams shut. Not like big bangs, but still it slams. You can't miss it. So we heard the door slamming, and I was like, oh, thank God. Oh, he's home. Now I can put everything back in. So I did. I cleaned up, and I went in to greet him, and there was nobody there. So I'm like, oh no. And I thought, okay, do I have to go back, pull everything back out and start up again? No, you know what? I'm just going to go clean up the room, clean up the mess. And so I just went on full on cleaning mode in my mind, and just went full speed ahead and into her room. And I stopped immediately when I came to the threshold, and I didn't really know why. It was just automatically, I just stopped, and I was looking like something's not right. And I looked in, and nothing is fallen down. Nothing. It was still on top of the drawer. So I'm like, okay, so what in the world made the noise? And it came from that room. I could have swore it did. And even my daughter pointed it out. So that was one time. And then I scarred my kid for life. And I don't know whether to laugh about it or to cry about it, but I totally ruined her childhood when it came to Christmas and Santa Claus. Because, I mean, when a kid, 3 or 4 years old, like hear things or feel things, and she asks like, what is that? What is that? You can't just ignore it and say, no, it's nothing, because that's not fair. And at the same time, I can't tell her what is going on. Like, no, you see, we have ghosts in the house. You can't tell her that. So I'm like, one day the knocking started, like really loud, because the knocking, it started light, but then it got heavier and heavier as time went by. So it was a real banging sound. And so my daughter, she was like jumping and like, what is that? And it sounded like it came from the attic. So, funny me, thought, oh, I have a brilliant idea. So I told her, well, it's the end of November, so it's just Santa Claus. He's woken up from his sleep and now he started making toys. So it's getting closer to Christmas, so now we can start getting excited. That was the vibe I wanted to send out. However, what she received was not that, because I also added, so now you gotta be nice because Santa's watching you. So yeah, take of that what you want. The girl got terrified. Let me tell you, she hated after that. And today she's 25 years old. She is known for many, many years. There is no Santa. It was mom. Mom put the stocking on the doorknob. Mom did everything. She ate the cookies. But still, she was like, no, we had to make sure the doors were closed, the windows was closed, that the hatch to the pipe or the chimney, that was properly closed. We could not put out any cookies or milk for Santa because he was not welcome in this house. and she was terrified. And even when I told her, like, there is no Santa Claus, it's me. I have been putting the stocking on your doorknob. So now that you know that, would it be okay? And she's not, no. Nobody comes close to my room and the door has to be shut. That feeling of fear was so like in her. And even to this day, she's 25. And even to this day, she does not like when she's home for Christmas, going to bed the night before Christmas, that feeling is still stuck with her. So yeah, that was like, you can't make that up. I promise. And so, yeah. And my son, he was like, when he was small, like really, really small, because there's a big age gap between my kids. There's 6.5 years in between them. So when he was really small, he was like, he felt like he was angry all the time. As soon as he had his eyes open, as long as he wasn't sleeping, he was angry. And it felt like he had a frustration for something, but he couldn't talk yet. And he didn't even walk yet at that point. He started out by just being angry and like fuzzy, and he would bang his head to the floor. So we would have to pay attention and be like, oh, he's gonna do it, because he would really like smash his head into the floorboards. And as he got a little bit older and he started walking and running, he still wasn't talking at that point. So it was probably just as he was learning to walk. He would start out at one end of the room and run, and then jump down and smash his head in the floor. So we would have to run after him all the time and grab him and pick him up so that he wouldn't bang his head. So we knew that he's frustrated about something and he can't tell us. And the day that we actually had a woman here and cleanse the house, none of the kids knew. Like, and I was alone. Everybody else was at school, kindergarten, work. So I was the only one at home, and the kids did not know that we were doing a cleansing of the house, because I wanted to see if there was any change without them knowing. And so the second that we got the house cleansed, everything went quiet. My son has never been angry like that or frustrated like that ever since. And all the banging, all the noises, everything disappeared. So, yeah, so that was how my kids reacted to that. Now, my son is a different chapter. Like, when I tell him his own stories of what he said and told and did when he was a kid, he scares himself. Like, he doesn't like hearing about it. So that is the story for next time, I think. But I also have a few more stories from what my husband experienced and how he can actually still to this day be like a critic, and be like, nah, I might believe, but no, I don't believe it. Everything has a rational explanation, because I'm going to share a couple of things of what he experienced next time. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the stories and got a little bit of a laugh about this one. And so yeah, life teaches you things, that's for sure. So yeah, and next week I promise we are doing a lot of decorating. I did not have the energy to do a decorate with me, and because I was in like so many different planners trying to figure out what do I want to do for next month, which planners do I want to use, and how do I want to use them. And so we are doing these. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again real soon. Bye.